I had to go, phew, to be mad. Mad how? Not mad, madness, but mad in the desire to achieve a goal. They used to stand at the top of the mountain and yell, "Oh!" And the one who yelled loudest was heard by the gods.
So this is a method that embraces personal growth on the part of the teacher and on the part of the student. And I would say that definitely separates it out from, you know, any other method, even one that might include repetition drills of some kind.
What we're telling you to do is be the maniacs that you should be so that you can acquire the language, so that you can get with the kind of this concept of fulfillment by splitting away all your inhibitions. And it can't be done unless you do split the inhibitions. Tear the inhibitions away. And I developed this concept through the Marine Corps. There's a lot of input here. The Marines, when you hit a beachhead, we counted in waves, right? So I happen to be in what was called the zero wave, which is to go in before the first wave. And you really get your ass kicked because you don't know what's there. But then you realize, wait a minute, look at this system. You go in zero wave, you launch a beachhead, you establish the beachhead. And then, 5 minutes later, in comes another not a flank, right? And then after that, 3 more minutes, another wave, 4 more minutes, another, until the place is jammed. Wow! Let's consider the master teachers the zero wave. They establish the beachhead, and then calculate after that series of highly trained troops to come in and reinforce, which is what we're doing today.
Buon.
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 Buongiorno.
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 You're doing that repetition. You're hearing those sounds in your head, feeling those sounds come out of your mouth. So the first part, the backwards build-up, is your first step. I mean, it's just the way the drills go. You've got that, tried and true. The more you repeat something, the easier it will be to remember it. It's just practice. As one knows, when one goes to the country, the more you say, "Un café, s'il vous plaît, monsieur." It's a little trite, but something like that, the more it becomes part of you. And then all of a sudden someone is helping you dissect that sentence and you're plunking stuff in. So you're able to step away from that repetition a little bit, mix it up. You put your foot in the water a teeny bit. And then with the transformation, you're able to make that huge separation and jump right in. And it is your playground to play with.
Mi vesto, mi trucco e mi preparo.
Mi vesto, mi trucco e mi preparo.
That's why this graduated system helps cement the knowledge.
The positive stuff comes from the interaction with the students, who are so happy and so thrilled to be learning something, and if you present it in a way that gets them excited, and if you let your energy really get going, they just love it. Vary who you go to first, who you go to last, middle, and try to make sure you hit everybody.
非常好。他要的什么东西？会。
他要什么东西？他要的什么东西？
When you go through with it the way it should be done, it has the desired effect. You can sort of trick the person into thinking that they're going to be called, but calling on someone else, and that way everyone thinks about about the question that you present them with. Everyone goes through that thought process over and over again, even if they're not giving the answer.
So move that bod, because the body is capable of moving. That's why the spine is there to bend it.
We'd like to bring in the whole world, all elements of our world when we teach.
also try to do in teaching and experience it in myself is not being satisfied with just looking at something, looking at a person, looking at an object, but trying to look beyond what vision sees to where the eye begins to penetrate. So here is where, remember this position? Where you get beneath the eye level. As you get beneath the eye level, the person's reserves, whatever they may be, break down. And this is where the person begins to realize, wow, I'm really engaging with this individual. So the person gives you things that come from down here, deep-rooted possibilities to respond. It's a totally psychological and even physiological reaction.
What is the most basic way that we reach other people? We're going to talk to them. Now, to get that out of you in one blast is too much. But if I go down here, I become complicit with you when it comes out of you. The repetition, the rhythm, especially the rhythm and emotion go together. And together, they create the path through the ear for memorization. I dismiss the mind in this function. The mind is more or less a repository of what's left after you experience it. So what we're trying to do with the drill, we're trying to do with the rhythm and the emotion and the choreography, is to make people experience the value of that statement, whatever it may be. But I don't believe it can be done unless it's done rhythmically, emotionally, and or passionately.
I hit a low point that I haven't been for a long, long time here. I literally broke down and cried, because I was, not feeling that I was able to keep up or handle this. And I haven't been at that level for a long, long time, but, we do that. You tear things down, then you build them back up.
All of a sudden, you're being told right away that you've got your persona over here. You're you, and you're going about your daily life. But then you have your German persona that you have to take on. And we're helping you do that, or forcing you to do that.
The reason I keep coming back to ALPS is because the essence of the experience is about being human. I remember when I was a student at Dartmouth, and I used to go into John Rassias' office, and there was this huge poster over his desk that said, "Il faut être humain." We have to be human. And that is the essence of this method. That's the essence of the ALPS experience. Not only breaking down barriers between cultures and using language to break down those barriers, but breaking down barriers in ourselves and becoming real. It's kind of a Velveteen Rabbit experience that you have to become real, and you have to become human, and that's what makes this program and this method function, I think.
And we'll begin our march. We're going to take you through a perilous path. There are a lot of people out there who will throw things at you. Throw them back. Are we ready? Yes! You can be assured that this group will never split. There's a powerful force that is at play here called unanimity, unanimisme. So if everyone continues to think of everything that one has done and one never lets go, then it's going to hold on to all of us and feel in moments where we might feel down. It really is an uplifting experience. And we get there simply by pushing to the maximum degree every one of our senses. If the 5 senses in all languages not just in English, but if you can conceive of them now in other languages and share with other cultures what they experience. In other words, if I look at something and see not just an American culture, whatever that may be, or a Greek culture, Hispanic, or any other culture, but if I could blend these cultures into my vision, then I will hear better, I will hear beyond the ear, I will interpret silence, I will feel touch, I will smell, and I will taste and feel that language, I will feel its food, I will feel its culture, I will be a part of it. So to conclude, my dear, dear friends, we are, I can assure you, in awe of you to take the time to come here. We're flattered by the confidence you placed in us, and I can assure you, we certainly did all we could to fulfill your promise. And we trust that we'll never break this ring of strength that we share with each other, and feel fulfilled, I repeat, not in your own specific definition of happiness, but in sharing with others.